afternoon and a very warm welcome to the hallowed turf here at Ellen Road, home of Leeds United, on this day 3 of our Premier League on NBC Christmas tour of the United Kingdom. Now, this great club, synonymous down the years with the likes of Billy Bremner, Eddie Gray, Norman Hunter, really strong names in these parts. And then slightly more recently, way back in 1992, they won the First Division title. That was the year before the old First Division turned into the Premier League. And then a little bit more recently, 2001, Leeds United reached the Champions League semi-finals. Then, though, there was a hiatus of 16 years as they dropped out of the top flight of English football until last year when they returned so triumphantly under Marcelo Bielsa. Now, though, this club has a different flavour. It's an American flavour, not just in the boardroom and not just in the dugout with their manager, Jesse Marsh, who will hope to get at our pitchside desk a little bit later on, but on the pitch as well, playing tonight, Brendan Aronson, their attacking midfielder, not playing tonight, much to his dismay, because he's suspended. The US men's national team captain, who I am delighted to say, Tyler Adams, joins us pitchside with Robbie Mustoe, Robbie Earle, Tim Howard and myself, Rebecca Lowe. Tyler, first of all, thank you so much for coming down and joining us today. And we're going to have Tyler for about 20 minutes. My first question is, I was just explaining to anyone who didn't know much about the history of this great club, some of the big names, some of the big achievements. So for you, having been here just 6 months, what is it like to play for such an establishment?
Like you said, the history speaks for itself. But getting off the plane and finally being able to play my first game at Ellen Road, it gave me chills. It gave me goosebumps. You know, I've played Champions League games with Leipzig before, but coming here in front of these fans, it's something special and something I haven't played in front of before.
We cannot move any further because we've got to talk World Cup. Tim?
We have to. You were so incredibly impressive. You and your teammates did us proud. All the Americans. I mean, I was in a bar and people were throwing beers up and they were chanting your name, and it was just so fun to be a part of. We were talking off camera there how quickly those 4 games go by in a flash. Were you able in the moment to take in how surreal the World Cup actually is?
Absolutely not. It's a whirlwind, to say the least. And, you know, even when you try to look back at it now, you can't believe with how quick it goes by. And, you know, getting off the plane in Qatar, I was so excited to be able to see my family. And then you realize in 5 days' time you have to play a game and you need to be focused. So, you know, going into the World Cup, it was our job to go in there and try to change the way the world views American soccer. You know, the standard wasn't too high, but hopefully after this World Cup and some good performances, people, you know, start to change the way they think about us.
Rob?
So I can follow on from that point, because I think the world did see a different kind of US team, a proactive team, a team that was confident on the ball, particularly strong in midfield, the way that you played. Is that enjoyable for you, first part? Second part is that the right path for the US men's national teams to not be the team that's bunkering in and getting behind the ball and open for counter-attacks, but actually get on the ball and play and be attractive and open football?
Absolutely. I think that you've seen in the past years that the U.S. has always been praised about their mentality, but maybe lacked the final product or lacked the creativity or lacked the technical ability, whereas now you can see that we're developing an identity. And although that's not going to happen in just this 3-year period cycle, I think we're trending in the right direction. And now with so many young, exciting players playing in the top leagues around the world, this was a step in the right direction, but we need to continue this way now.
So I think we're all excited about where the next World Cup is going to be in the US. As captain of the US men's national team, what does this group have to do to go deeper in that competition?
Yeah, I think it's very, very important that now we use these upcoming tournaments and upcoming games to continue to build this chemistry together. You know, one of the things that we've lacked going into this first World Cup is, you know, it took us a long time to get our best players on the field and in camp together. Some of us were injured, some of us were not healthy. We missed out on the opportunity to maximize our time together. You know, now leading into this World Cup, we have some big tournaments. We have the Nations League. We're going to have the opportunity to play in Copa America, which is going to be huge for us. And if you can have your guys healthy in tournaments like that, you know, you gain experience, and hopefully some more young guys are coming through the pipeline right now.
Tyler, did you get a sense while you were at the World Cup of the support back home in the US, and how did you get that sense?
Yeah, I was getting watch party videos from my grandmother, from my grandfather, from everyone, all the different parts of the country. So yeah, I definitely recognize the support. It's hard in the moment to really recognize the significance and the impact that you're having on the country. But it's amazing that for the World Cup, how many people tune in. You know, you don't have to be a soccer fan to support the U.S. in those moments. And
just quickly on being captain of US men's national team, when you were told by Greg Berhalter this is going to be you, and you walked them out that first time, the national anthem, was it a pinch yourself moment? Had it sunk in? How did it sit with you?
It was a huge honor for me, especially my family as well. You know, I feel like I've been preparing myself for a moment like that my entire life. I felt like I've been a natural leader my entire life as well. But coming out in a moment like that, you know, what I really recognized was, you know, I had so many support from the guys on my team. We could have given anyone that captain's armband and we would have supported them. And that goes to show the environment that we've created over the past 4 years now. So yeah, it wasn't a moment that was built overnight. It took time, but I was definitely excited in that moment.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.